Here's something the Social Security Administration states on its very own website, in clear language. And the majority of widows and widowers never come across it. If your spouse has passed away, you are not required to claim your survivor benefit and your own retirement benefit at the same time. You are allowed to collect one first, then transition to the other, the larger one, at a later point. That one insight, used thoughtfully, can translate into meaningfully greater income throughout the rest of your life. Not because anyone is taking what belongs to you, but because the order in which you claim is a decision, and many people simply don't realize that decision is theirs to make. Stay with me for the next few minutes and I'll walk you through exactly how it works, drawing directly from the official source. I'm Artur, and on this channel I take the rules that leave retirees scratching their heads and make them genuinely understandable, clearly and without unnecessary alarm. Everything I'm about to cover comes straight from the Social Security Administration's own pages, no personal opinions dressed up as facts. Whenever I reference something, you'll see the exact SSA web address displayed on screen, so you can confirm it yourself. That is the entire point. Here are the 3 things you'll walk away understanding. 1. Why survivor benefits and your own retirement benefit are never collected simultaneously, and why that's actually good news. 2. The straightforward reason switching later can put more money in your pocket. 3. The exact 3 steps to handle this correctly, using only official channels. Let's start with a real-world example. Let me introduce someone I'll call Carol. Carol isn't a real person. She's a representative example to make this easier to follow. Carol is 60. She recently lost her husband, who earned more than she did over the course of his career. Carol also worked for many years and has her own Social Security retirement benefit waiting for her. When Carol called to ask about survivor benefits, her first instinct was the one most people share. I'll just claim everything now and collect whatever I'm entitled to. And here's where the valuable information arrives. Carol could begin drawing her survivor benefit immediately at 60. But at 60 it would be permanently reduced to approximately 71.5% of the full amount. Her own retirement benefit, on the other hand, continues growing every year she waits, all the way to age 70. So Carol has options. She might take the smaller benefit early to bring in some income now and allow the larger one to keep growing, then shift to it later when it's worth the most. Notice what we're not doing here. We're not alarmed. We're not assuming any payment disappeared. We're simply recognizing that Carol gets to choose the sequence, and the right sequence, for her particular situation, can mean greater total income across her lifetime. Now let's look at the actual rules behind Carol's choice. Let's start with the foundation. Directly from SSA's page titled, What You Could Get from Survivor Benefits, and I'm referencing this. If you're eligible for Survivor and another benefit, you'll choose the payment that's best for you. The payments won't be added together. Read that one more time because this is where a great deal of confusion begins. Many people assume they'll receive their own benefit plus the survivor benefit combined on top of each other. That is not how it works. Social Security pays you the higher of the two, not both stacked together. Now, that might sound discouraging at first, but here's the part that turns it into an opportunity. The same SSA page goes on to say, you can also switch benefits later. For example, you could start with survivor benefits and then change to retirement at age 70 when that payment is highest. So you can draw one now and transition to the other later. That's the flexibility most people never take advantage of, simply because no one informed them it was available. Now, you may have come across something called the deemed filing rule. It's the rule stating that when you claim one benefit, you're often required to claim the other at the same time. That rule applies to spousal benefits for individuals who turned 62 on or after January 2nd, 2016. But here's the critical distinction, and it's right there on SSA's filing rules page. If you are a spouse, you may start your survivor benefit independently of your retirement benefit. In plain terms, survivor benefits are not subject to the deemed filing rule. Spousal benefits and survivor benefits are 2 entirely separate categories with 2 entirely separate sets of rules, and people mix them up constantly. So if you've read somewhere that you must claim everything at once, that was almost certainly referring to spousal benefits, not survivor benefits. SSA stated this directly in their own blog post for widows, published in May of 2022. You can decide to apply for either the retirement or survivor's benefits first. You can switch to the other, higher benefit later. That's the official agency, in its own published words. Now let me give you the 4 numbers that genuinely drive this decision, because the right sequence depends entirely on your individual circumstances. Number 1. A survivor benefit can begin as early as age 60, or age 50 if you have a qualifying disability. But starting at 60 means it is permanently reduced to approximately 71.5% of the full amount. Number 2, that survivor benefit increases the longer you wait, up to your full retirement age for survivors, which falls somewhere between 66 and 67, depending on the year you were born. Check your own date. I'll link the SSA tool for that. Number 3, and this is critical. A survivor benefit stops increasing once you reach that survivor full retirement age. Waiting beyond that point earns you nothing additional on the survivor benefit, so there is no advantage to delaying it indefinitely. Number 4, your own retirement benefit operates differently. It continues rising by roughly 8% per year through what SSA calls delayed retirement credits, all the way to age 70. For someone born in 1960 or later, waiting until 70 means approximately 124% of the full amount. Do you see the strategy becoming clear? Because one benefit reaches its maximum at full retirement age, while the other keeps climbing to 70, the sensible move is often to allow the one that's still growing to keep growing, and live on the other one in the meantime. Then, make the switch. Now, one honest and important clarification. This approach only helps if you're entitled to both a survivor benefit and a meaningful retirement benefit of your own. If you didn't accumulate a substantial work record, there may be little to switch between, and your situation is more straightforward. So this isn't a universal solution. It's a genuine option for people who have 2 benefits available to work with. And let me be precise about what's at stake, accurately. Selecting the sequence that fits your life can add up to thousands of dollars across a long retirement, but the specific amount is entirely individual. It depends on your 2 benefit amounts, your ages, and your longevity. So please don't let anyone, including me, hand you a single fixed dollar figure and present it as universal. That's not how this works, and anyone promising a guaranteed number isn't being straightforward with you. What I can tell you is this: you have a choice. The choice is completely legal and official, and making it intentionally is far better than making it by accident. So how do you actually do this the right way? 3 steps, all through official channels. Step 1. Identify your 2 numbers and your survivor full retirement age. You need to know roughly what your own retirement benefit would be and what the survivor benefit would be, along with your survivor full retirement age. Your own benefit estimate is available in your free My Social Security account at ssa.gov, and SSA has a tool to look up your survivor full retirement age, which I'll place in the description. Knowing these 3 figures is what makes the decision straightforward rather than overwhelming. Step 2. Contact Social Security before you apply, not after. This is important. Survivor benefits cannot be applied for online. You must call or visit in person. The number is 1-800-772-1213, and SSA itself recommends speaking with them before you file for either benefit, so you can confirm the best sequence for your situation. Tell the representative, in straightforward terms, I may be eligible for both a survivor benefit and my own retirement benefit. I'd like to understand which to take first, and switch to the other later. Step 3. For a more involved situation, bring in a professional. If your numbers are close together, or your circumstances are complicated, this is a good time to sit down with a fee-only financial planner or a CPA who is knowledgeable about Social Security timing. The decision is permanent in certain respects, so it's worth getting right the first time. One small but worthwhile additional note: report a spouse's passing to Social Security promptly. The funeral home can often assist with this. It may also trigger a one-time $255 payment to an eligible surviving spouse, and that payment does not reduce your ongoing benefit. Let's wrap this up. The mistake mentioned at the start isn't dramatic, and it doesn't involve anyone taking from you. The mistake is simply claiming both benefits at once, by default, when sequencing them deliberately, could have worked in your favor. Now you know you have a choice, and you know exactly where to go to exercise it. Your My Social Security account, the SSA Phone Line, and a trusted professional if your situation calls for it. If this made one confusing rule a little clearer, that's precisely what we aim for here. This video is part of my series, Social Security Made Clear, where each episode takes one rule that costs people money through confusion and lays it out in plain language. Subscribe so the next one finds you. Next in the series, I break down the difference between spousal benefits and survivor benefits, the two that everyone confuses, and I'll put that on the end screen for you right now. And I'd genuinely love to hear from you in the comments, so here's my question. Before today, did you believe your own benefit and a survivor benefit could be received at the same time? A simple yes or no helps me understand what to clarify next, and it helps others in the same position feel a little less alone. I'm Artur. Take your time, verify the official sources, and I'll see you in the next one.